Hello, good morning. My name is Pradeep. In this video, I'd like to share some of my experiences to help you to understand how can we understand about the learning spoken. You might have watched many videos on the YouTube. So my purpose is only to make this video to help such people, those who are trying to learn speaking, but they are unable to learn and get their level. Without wasting your time, I'm going to start telling you about some tips. How can you guys learn speaking very well and fluent also? I understand that before the beginning of any course, you guys have to understand that we have to try that we must understand that where is our level of learning, so that you can get the initiative with very good perfection also. For generally, if I talk about in English, there are 4 levels of learning. So you guys have to understand where do you lie in this level. So the very first level is about basic level, the basic of translations. Within the basic of translation level, you guys have to understand that are you fit or are you comfortable to make some translations. You are at the beginner level. Here you will be taught some of the tips to improve your translation skills from Hindi to English or any other language. It's not about from Hindi to English. When somebody is from South, somebody is from Punjab, somebody is from different region of India. So the guys have to understand that where is their level, where do they lie. And the second level is about, intermediate level. In the intermediate level, there are some guys, those who lie in this level, they have a bit of knowledge about translations, but they are not going to have a great knowledge to translate perfectly with the perfection also, because as I understand that when we are talking about English communications, we are just going to think about that there must be no single doubts and no single problem about translations. So at the intermediate level, you will be taught some different levels of you will be taught some of the different advanced learning translation. You can understand that how can I translate from Hindi to English and all these different things. And the third level is about advanced level. At this level, a guy has to understand that he has to work on his oral practices. Now you are at the third level. With this level, you have to understand that you have to start giving your time to the oral conversation, some of the public speaking, or when you are having a group of people or having a guy or group of people to whom you can have some conversational practices. So at the advanced level, you need to work on your listening and you need to work on your speaking as well. But apart from that, we have to work on our intermediate and basic level as well also. And then the fourth level, the fourth level is the last level of learning. So there are many people, as I understand that as we all are educated, so we might have gone through many times about the grammatical part of learning. So as I think generally we all are graduate, postgraduates and 12th pass even, especially for the 12th pass students, they also have gone through with a different grammatical part of learning in their schooling period, but they don't have such confidence to communicate well. So the doubts in their mind is there that they really feel that for the learning spoken, they have to do some different work. No, actually, the first thing that you have to understand that learning spoken means you're just talking about the language. Whatever you have gone through with your study material, your theoretical part, you have gone through with your study, and so that was the theoretical part that you have gone through. And I understand, as far as I concern about my learning period, I was taught tenses, modals and too many grammatical parts many a times in the classroom, but I was not given such a time where I can practice on all. So the important thing is that we couldn't do a good practice on that. That's why we are not having great knowledge of communication. So we are not confident about the translation skills as well. So at the intermediate level, you guys have to work on your translations. The advanced level, or you are working, but when we talk about the guys, those who have a great knowledge about the grammatical part, they know about the translation skill, they have good vocabulary, but somehow they are not going to recall the vocabulary while they are going to have some communications, having some conversations. Even I have met, there are so many students, those who comes to me, they say, sir, I know everything. They are the postgraduate, they are the working professionals in the companies. They can say that, sir, I know everything. Even I am working in the professional company with the professionals also. But I am not having such confidence about speaking even. So my suggestion is there for learning, for the beginner, the person, those who are planning to learn speaking, that you guys have to understand that where do you lie in these 4 levels of learning. The first level is your basic translation, second one is your intermediate and advanced, and the fluent level. At the fluent level, you have to work on your fluency as well. Fluency doesn't mean that you have to start speaking a lot about things, but the thing, as I feel and I suggest you, at the level of fluent, that a guy need a lot of practices with a group of people, those who are very much comfortable having some good communications. But at the 4th level, at the fluent level, we have to start working on our accents, fluency and pronunciation as well. As far as I concerned, language is a thing that really it works like an identity card. If I am from Bihar, if I am from Patna, if I am from UP, Haryana, somehow any region of India, so my language will introduce me, who am I, and I feel that this language also categorize me from different part of the India also there. So as I understand, I have gone through with different people that we are from India and we have our mother tongue Hindi. So I have met too many different guys, and they all have different level of Hindi. Like if I meet somebody, a guy who is from Haryana, he's having different accent of Hindi, and the person who is belonging from UP is having different accent of pronouncing the words in Hindi even, and South Indian also as well. So same thing works in our fluent level. If I talk about the language English, really when we are planning to learn speaking English language, then we feel that we have to learn the English where we can feel the quality, that if I'm gonna have a conversation with someone else, then I must have a great impact on that somebody's mind also. So your accents, your pronunciation works a lot when you're gonna meet somebody else in your first time there. If you are having good accent, good pronunciation, that really works a lot. It will give impact on somebody's mind when somebody is going to have conversation with you. So what I feel that I'm not so much comfortable with the South Indian level of learning, and when people are from South, they are having different accent. They pronounce their way of pronouncing the words is different. Like if I'll pronounce for you that I'll give you the examples. I'm not so much comfortable with that, but I might have got some of the ideas that how do they try to pronounce the word. They speak in different way. I can say simply they start at Sarah. I thought that that was not very tough for me, but I have the problem that whenever I try to learn about that kind of a communication, I face a lot of things. I have a great knowledge about the grammar, but really I don't know how to learn, how to translate that thing that really work. So kind of accents. So when I think you got some idea, like when I'm pronouncing the word in South Indian, so the pronunciation, the voice modulation is different, quite different. So if I'll pronounce this word in different accents, like if I'm Indian and I'm having a different flow, so I'll say, sir, I'm telling you, when I was coming from there, I met your brother, he told me something else that you have to work on, that all part of learning. So I have gone through many times about the grammatical part of learning during my schooling period, but I am not so much comfortable to have a great conversations somewhere else. So why do you have kind of a problem? So it works like when you are going to, I think we feel that English people, when we talk about the foreigners, American, Britishers, Australian, when they all talk, they have different way of pronouncing the sentence and the words also as well. So when a foreigner, American or British talks, they have different flow. So they are going to use their pronunciation with the word about contractions. Contraction means they try to contract the word. The pronunciation of that word, they try to just contract it, means going to make it a bit of small. Simply, I'll give you the example. If you are talking the different accent, like what is your name? So when you are going to speak the same word with a foreign accent, like you say, sir, tell me, what's your name? So the what's your name word, it's what is your name, and that becomes what's your name. So that works a lot, and because of that, English looks so pretty, I feel. So I'll try to speak for you also. like, sir, I can speak, sir, I'm telling you, sir, I met your brother. He told me something else. He told me about that you want to learn specialists in that, because so you guys have to understand that you have to be generally be a part of some conversational practice every day. I know, because many a times you have gone through some grammatical part of learning during your schooling period, but you really don't have the conversational practice, or really you are not going to have some practices every day. That's why you're going to communicate. So as I understand that, when the foreigners are talking and pronouncing the word in different accents, they have different word pronunciations. They use especially the contractions. Especially they start using contractions of their helping verbs. Especially they are trying to use some different words of talking. So these are the things that I was trying to make you understand. I think so what I try to explain to you all guys, you all guys got it, but in this video that's enough. And I think you got some of the tips of yours that will really help you to understand your level, from where you have to start. So this is the video I tried, and the purpose of making this video is only to just tell you that really don't try to collect the vocabulary. Don't try to think that what is there, what is that and all, because people have great knowledge, but they are not aware of that, where to start. Spoken, it's like an open secret. Everybody know, but everybody is not going to communicate. It means that everybody is having the things in hodgepodge manner. They don't know where to start, where to put. So this video is only to help you to understand, and my suggestion is only that you have to just know about your level of learning, so that you can start and work on that particular part especially. So as I have told you, I'm going to recall again for you, like the first level is your basic level, second one is your intermediate, third one is advanced, and the fourth one is fluent level. So thank you for watching this video.